Hey, Interviewer out here. Today we're going to be talking about how much Bitcoin do you really need. And if you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. My name is Andrew. I cover finances, Bitcoin, crypto, whatever. If it has to do with money, I cover it. But without any further ado, let me just go into one more thing, and then we get straight into the video. Is go down into the description down below, and there's a Coinbase link and some other links to deposit money onto exchanges and to get some free deposit bonuses. All the information is there, but if you want to get started, those are some places that I would encourage you to go to and start your Bitcoin journey. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video of how much Bitcoin do you really need. And the answer to your question is, it really depends. It depends if you're a person that has a lot of money in stocks or lots of money in government bonds, and you just want to be able to hedge your investment with another way of investing. That would be Bitcoin. Or you're somebody that doesn't have any investments at all, or you have, not a lot of savings, or you're in you're in another country that's not America, and you want to be able to hedge against the inflation of the dollar, essentially. Because if you look at any graph out there and you look at the stock market, it's basically the value of the dollar just keeps going down. And it's scary to say that, but it's true. And there's a better way. The better way is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It is another way of diversifying income and making public information accessible. And you may ask, well, I mean, the U.S. dollar, I mean, that's pretty public. I mean, you can go anywhere and go get a dollar. What are the barriers of entry to getting into the U.S. dollar system, right? That's what holds a lot of people back. Being able to open up a bank is extremely hard if you don't live in America or you don't live in a first world country. It's extremely hard. And so there's a new emerging market of Bitcoin, which allows anybody to be your own bank account. Essentially what Bitcoin is, it's decentralizing yourself from a centralized location, which would be the bank. Bitcoin is, the reason why it's decentralized is because it has no one person that validates transactions or accounts or does the accounting. It's all public infrastructure, it's all public knowledge, and it's all publicly available for you to go look up. You can go see any transaction from anybody that's ever been done in the last 13 years of Bitcoin's existence, and it's all public knowledge. You can see what coin went to what wallet, and that's really the huge bonus of Bitcoin. And to get to my point of, why you are wanting to invest in Bitcoin or how much Bitcoin should you own, and you probably feel that pressure from institutional adoption. We've heard more in the news about BlackRock, Fidelity, other financial institutions wanting to invest into Bitcoin. And it was not too long ago that these institutions were telling you that Bitcoin's a dumb, shiny internet rock, and it's going to be value of nothing, and it's just a Ponzi scheme. It's, the criminals' way of money laundering. And there's so much wrong with that statement, but there's just too much to address there. But now they're telling you that we should be buying it. Whereas before there was historic criticism of the blockchain. And I really do think that if someone's going to tell you that Bitcoin's not a good investment, then why has Bitcoin been the only asset in the last 10 years that has gone up every single year or year over year that has the best performance? You can go look back 5 years ago. If you would have bought Bitcoin, you'd be up today. If you look maybe back, 6 years ago, if you bought Bitcoin, you'd be up today. If you were to go look at, 3 years ago, if you would have bought Bitcoin, you would kind of be at the same, or maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But the point is, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. And I think you understand it's not going anywhere. And so I really do encourage you to go down to the description, go follow one of the links, buy some Bitcoin today, get into the system. Because whenever you own a little bit of Bitcoin, you don't have to own a whole coin. You know, just a little bit, That's why Bitcoin is so cool, is that it's able to be fractionalized and divided into multiple, decimals. You don't have to have a whole Bitcoin. You can have 0.01 or 0.00001. There's no amount of Bitcoin that stops you from being able to access the network. And that's what you're doing. You are getting a piece of the network, and you're allowing yourself to be a part of that system. Because if you don't have anything, then you're not going to be able to play. And I think that's why you want to know how much Bitcoin you should have. And it really depends. Because if you're in it to get rich quick, or you're in it to hit the lucky jackpot, that's not going to be the case for you. Because whenever you think you're going to get rich quick, there's no get rich quick scheme. There's get rich over time. And what you can do now is you can start investing in Bitcoin, and instead of buying stocks or instead of putting it into your 401k, because I'm pretty sure you understand that the more money you put into savings account, the more purchasing power you lose. And, you know, Bitcoin is a way of accumulating wealth for the new generations, millennials, Gen Z, the new generations that are being born today. This will be the way how we will transact. And there's still a lot of skepticism about why we should move our money over to the internet. And it seems kind of like a theory question, or if we do this, this will be better. But I really do think it's gonna give people the opportunity to be a part of something and be able to be at the ground floor. Because I mean, if you really think about it, how old's the internet, or how old's Google, how old's Facebook? I mean, these are, Google's a 20-year-old company. The internet's been around for 40 plus years. These things aren't going away. And I think Bitcoin being around for 10 plus years, it has a little bit of staying power. And I think if you really do want to get into this, and you really do want to be a part of the network, I think you're in the right place, and you're doing the right research. And so I do want to give you guys a little bit of where I think Bitcoin is going to be in the next 10 years. Because for me, it's not about a 1 year or 1 week or 1 day or 1 month. It's about being able to pass on wealth to my kids and being able to build an estate. The cool thing with Bitcoin is that it's transferable to anybody. You can send Bitcoin to any address, and it doesn't matter where they are in the world. Really. The thing that is really unfortunate for all the other ways of investment vehicles or ways of managing your wealth is that they're not very transportable. Like if you want to go from, let's say you go from the United States to Canada and you want to transfer all your wealth that's in gold, can't really do that. It's kind of hard to carry a ton of gold versus you can carry the same amount of value in Bitcoin, and it's on the internet. It's transferable. It's not very hard to manage the money with Bitcoin versus if you have real estate, you have businesses. It's quite difficult because there's a lot of other factors you have to consider in order to manage those things. And so I think to answer your question, how much Bitcoin should you really have? And I think it's whatever you can afford to lose, because it's you are investing, and this is not financial advice, but what I can tell you is if you buy some Bitcoin today, you'll be better off in a year. If you buy Bitcoin for the next year, you'll be better off in the next 10 years. And to really give you guys a better understanding of why I think it's going to be so important is the future is what is going to be today, and Bitcoin is going to be the future. So if you guys have any questions, go down in the comments below, and see you guys later.